God says, "Beloved, stop everything. Look at these words with your spirit, not just your eyes. This is the moment we have been waiting for across lifetimes." Archangel Michael is crying tears of joy, not sorrow, not warning, not frustration, but pure, radiant, golden joy, because you finally found this message. A secret decision, sacred and sealed in the highest realms, was just released. Heaven has permitted only one soul to receive it now. That soul is you. In the divine realm, moments are not measured in hours or days but in awakenings. The moment your soul opened enough to receive this message, the entire heavenly realm erupted in quiet thunder. The council gathered. Seraphim folded their wings in reverence. And at the head of this divine assembly, Archangel Michael rose, tears streaming down his cheeks, not of pain but of relief. "My child has heard the whisper," he declared. "They are ready to be shown what was hidden for so long. You, the one who's reading this, were never forgotten. Not for a single breath. Even when you thought heaven had gone silent, even when nights passed in agony, and you whispered, 'God, where are you?' the answer was always being prepared. The timing had to be precise. You had to reach this exact second in your journey. Heaven's final decision is teetering, and only your faith can catch it before it fades into the unknown again. It will vanish in 45 seconds, not in human time, but in spiritual urgency. When God says 45 seconds, it means this decision is alive right now, vibrating, waiting to be anchored in your belief. It's fragile but eternal. Will you catch it? Michael speaks now. We watched your tears. We heard your private cries. Every time you felt you weren't enough, we wrote down your name in gold. We didn't forget when they left. We didn't forget when you broke. Heaven didn't lose track of you when the world did. Do you remember the night you stayed awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if your existence had purpose? We saw that. And that very night, the first document of your divine release was signed in the celestial chambers. Prepare the inheritance, God said. For when they are ready, we shall not delay. Beloved, the reason it felt so hard lately was because the enemy of light knew this hour was approaching. Attacks increased. People turned. Blessings paused. But it wasn't punishment, it was protection. Every delay was a divine delay. Every silence was preparation. And now? The scroll is unsealed. Heaven's decision, the limitations are being lifted from your name. You were hidden not because you were unworthy, but because you were too valuable. They had to wait until your spirit matured enough to carry what's coming. What's coming cannot be handled by a distracted soul. That's why distractions were removed, even if it hurt. You are now walking into the inheritance realm. Not just financial. Not just emotional. Not just spiritual. Total restoration. Everything that was stolen from your bloodline, 7 generations back, is now being rerouted through you. You are the chosen restoration point. A meeting was held in heaven, only your name was on the agenda. The scroll was opened. Your name was spoken with fire and favor. And now, the inheritance of favor is being unlocked. Michael speaks again. Tell them, they must not be afraid when everything shifts suddenly. The enemy will try one last time to make them doubt. But I will stand beside them. I have assigned 4 warring angels to surround their dwelling place. I have removed permission from the enemy to delay them any longer. God says, my child, do not listen to fear. The same voice that told you you're not enough is the one terrified of what's coming. Because what's coming is a lifting, a rising, a full-circle redemption that will shock even those who wrote you off. You see, the door is already open. You're not begging for the door to open. You're not standing at the gate anymore. You're walking through it, even if you don't feel it yet. This is not a future promise. It's a now reality. Faith doesn't wait for feelings, it acts on knowing. You were supposed to find this message today. It's no accident you're reading these words. We prayed you'd get here. The entire host of heaven has been holding their breath. And now? The sound of spiritual release is louder than the noise of your past. Michael continues, do not doubt your worth. Do not replay their insults. Do not rehearse what you lost. What is coming is so loud, so holy, so undeniable, that even your enemies will tremble in silence. God will prepare a table, not just a table, but an entire kingdom before those who denied your light. But this time, you will not gloat. You will glow. You will not brag. You will bless. Because you are chosen for restoration, not revenge. Your dreams. Heaven kept every piece. Even the ones you forgot. They are being revived. Not repaired, revived. Not resuscitated, resurrected. The resurrection oil is on your name. There's a divine signature hovering over you now. A contract. A sacred document that reads, my beloved is ready. The wait is over. Begin the miracles. Michael says, I am crying because I waited so long for this. They tried to destroy you. They tried to erase you. But they didn't know who you were protected by. They didn't know your name was written in holy ink. And now the ink is glowing. The spiritual realm moves fast. What you pray in whispers becomes thunder in heaven. What you hope for quietly becomes a decree. So speak it now. Say it loud. Say, I accept heaven's final decision. I am ready. I receive. I believe. That one sentence, beloved, it moves angels into flight. It calls the divine codes into motion. What's blocked gets opened. What's locked gets unsealed. Because God will not allow what's yours to be delayed another second, unless you hesitate. Please don't hesitate. Michael's tears are joy, but mixed with urgency. The 45-second window is spiritual, not literal. It means this is your activation hour. You've entered the corridor of divine decisions. Your obedience now determines how fast the miracle lands. God is not hiding from you. He never was. He was building the path beneath your feet while you walked blindly. You are about to see what you couldn't imagine. Promises you forgot. Prayers you whispered while half asleep. They were never discarded. They were stored. And now the storehouse is open. Beloved, don't be shocked when someone calls with news you didn't expect. Don't be surprised when the door opens that was welded shut. And when it happens, don't question whether you deserve it. You do. You always did. But heaven needed you to believe it first. Archangel Michael is crying. But not because of pain. These tears you see flowing from his radiant eyes are made of light. They are tears of joy. Because you, yes, you, have finally arrived at this divine message. And heaven itself is celebrating this moment. Do you feel it? That stirring in your soul? That little tug at your heart that says something bigger is happening, something deeper than what you can explain? That is no accident. Because a meeting was held in heaven. A sacred meeting, a gathering that took place beyond the stars, where the voices of angels harmonized with the will of God. And beloved, that meeting was all about you. You weren't forgotten. You were never abandoned. Though you've walked through the fire, cried in silence, and held on to hope by a fragile thread, heaven saw every moment. Every prayer you whispered through tears, every question you asked in the quiet of night, God, do you still see me? Have you given up on me? The answer has always been yes, child, I see you. Yes, beloved, I never left. But now something has shifted. Because you finally opened this message. You finally arrived at the divine moment that heaven scheduled long before you were born. And this is not just a message. This is a declaration. A revelation. A divine unlocking. But listen carefully, because time is of the essence. Heaven's final decision will vanish in 45 seconds. Do you feel how fast your heart is beating? That's not fear. That's divine activation. That's your soul responding to the truth it already knows. You were chosen. You were chosen for something immense, something beyond your imagination. And while others tried to make you feel forgotten, insignificant, or left behind, the truth was always this: you were being hidden for a reason. You were not being rejected, you were being preserved. You were not being punished, you were being protected. Because if people had seen your light too soon, they would have tried to extinguish it before it fully ignited. Archangel Michael stood before the throne of God, holding a scroll in his hand with your name glowing in golden fire. And he said, "Father, the appointed time has come. The veil is ready to be lifted. Shall I deliver the revelation?" And God, in His infinite mercy and glory, looked upon your name and smiled. "Yes," He said, "the time is now. Go to them. Let them know. My decision is final, but they must act quickly. The window is short. 45 seconds of divine opening. No hesitation. Beloved, the spiritual realm has been watching you closely. They've seen the battle you've fought in silence. They've watched the people who walked away. They've seen the promises that were broken and the dreams that felt delayed. But none of it was wasted. Every tear watered a seed. Every heartbreak broke a chain. Every rejection redirected your feet onto the path that leads you here, right here, to this divine message. And now the heavens are roaring with joy, because you didn't miss this. You showed up. You're here. And Archangel Michael is releasing the decree. There is someone on earth who was supposed to steal your blessing. They were positioning themselves in secret, trying to wear your mantle, trying to step into the place that was divinely marked for you. But because you've opened this message in time, heaven has stopped them. You just blocked a spiritual hijacking. You just secured what was always meant to be yours. But the clock is ticking. Because God is merciful, and that means He gives second chances to everyone. Even those who plotted against you may try one last time. But you must hold your place. You must declare with your spirit, "I receive what is mine. I refuse to let it pass me by." You need to know something that was revealed in the heavenly council. Someone in your bloodline paid a price for you to receive this message. You may not know them. You may never have met them. But generations ago, a grandmother, a prophet, a dreamer, or a righteous soul stood in prayer, asking God to protect the future of their lineage. They may have lived in silence. They may have died with broken dreams. But God heard them. And you are their answer. You are the one their spirit has waited for. When you opened this message, they rejoiced in the spiritual realm. Because finally, the promise is coming full circle. Through you. Archangel Michael is not only crying tears of joy, he is also standing ready with a sword of light, because there is a war in the spirit over your destiny. A war that escalated the moment you touched this message. Because darkness trembles when light awakens. Because the enemy knows that your awakening is dangerous to their agenda. And so, distractions will come. People may try to steal your attention, sow seeds of doubt, or cause confusion. But you must remember what God said, "My decision is final, but the moment is brief." Act now. Speak now. Believe now. This is not the time to ask, "But why me?" It's time to say, "Thank you, Lord, for choosing me." You are not unworthy. You are not too broken. You are not too late. Heaven does not make mistakes. The anointing that's been placed upon you is not man-made. It cannot be revoked by opinions. It cannot be delayed by manipulation. You were born with a divine assignment, and now that assignment is awakening. You may feel small in the eyes of the world, but heaven sees a warrior. You may feel unseen, but the angels have your name engraved into their assignments. The path that seemed blocked will now open. The money that was withheld will be released. The person who was supposed to love you but didn't will be removed from the center of your heart. Because God is replacing every false thing with truth. Every counterfeit connection is being exposed. Every hidden enemy is being revealed. But you must stay awake. You must remain alert. Because the time window is narrow. As you read these words, you may feel chills on your skin, heat in your hands, or tears in your eyes. That's confirmation. That's the Spirit of God bearing witness to your spirit. You're not imagining it. You're encountering it. Divine energy. Heavenly instruction. Spiritual recalibration. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered. Your face is being shown in visions and dreams. Your calling is being defended by angels even now. And while you slept last night, Michael stood at the foot of your bed, weeping gently and saying, "Please don't give up. You're so close." There are people who have underestimated you. There are systems that tried to overlook you. There are opportunities you thought you lost forever. But here is what God says, "Nothing lost in my hands. Nothing forgotten. Nothing wasted. I hold time, I bend time, I restore time. And what should have taken 10 years will now be done in 10 days, because my decision is final." You were never called to be normal. You were never created to blend in. That's why you felt misunderstood, isolated, and different your whole life. Because the oil on your life is not common. Because your spirit is ancient. Because your calling is loud. And because your assignment is sacred. Do not let this message slip past you. Do not let this moment close. The 45 seconds are spiritual, not literal. But that means your window is now. God is sending resources. People are being moved into your life. a divine team, a heavenly alignment. The people who will understand you, support you, honor you, not use you. You are stepping into the era of divine compensation. Not just restoration, recompense. Not just healing, promotion. The pain had a purpose. The delay had a reason. The betrayal had a lesson. And now, heaven says, it is finished. Begin again. Your name is on documents. Your face is in dreams. Your essence is being studied by angels as they prepare to walk with you in every step. Archangel Michael is your protector. He is wiping his tears now, because the moment has come. The moment heaven waited for. The moment the scrolls declared would happen. Do not think it's too big. Do not let fear whisper. Because if you were unworthy, you wouldn't be here right now. If you weren't ready, the message would have passed you by. But you are here. You opened this. You believed. And now it begins. So say this out loud with your spirit: I receive. I believe. I accept what heaven has prepared. I am the one God called. I will not miss my moment. I am chosen, I am covered, and I am walking through the door that God has opened. And now, beloved, go forward. Do not look back. Everything you need is coming. Every answer, every solution, every confirmation. The time of weeping is over. The time of dancing has come. The season of hiding is over. The season of revealing has begun. God has said yes. The angels have been released. The spiritual gates are opened. The scroll is unsealed. This is your moment. Archangel Michael is still weeping, but now he's smiling too. The time is now. The 45 seconds are still ticking. Open your spirit. Say yes. Heaven is watching. Your story is changing. And this time, you win. God says, this moment has arrived like no other, and the heavens have opened their gates wide just to let this message flow directly to your spirit. Archangel Michael, whose sword has defended you even when you didn't know you were under attack, is now shedding tears, not of pain, not of warning, but of overwhelming joy. His tears are pure, sacred, and shining like liquid diamonds as they fall upon the scroll that was written about you before you were born. A scroll that has been kept in the heart of God, only to be revealed now. A meeting was held, a sacred gathering in the halls of heaven. They whispered your name. They spoke of your endurance. They acknowledged every scar, every cry, every private moment when you thought no one was watching. But heaven was. You are not here by chance. You didn't find this message by coincidence. This is a divine appointment. In this very hour, the trumpet of truth has sounded. And what God is now allowing to be shown to you was once sealed by divine order. For the angels have long waited for this moment when you would finally be ready, not perfect, not fully healed, but open enough to receive. Beloved child, Archangel Michael stood at the edge of the celestial gate and said your name aloud. They are ready, he said. Let the truth come forth. Let the scroll be opened. And so, here you are, standing on the threshold of a miracle that has been hovering over your life for years. It did not leave you. It did not forsake you. It was waiting. God was waiting. There was once a decision delayed. Not because you were undeserving, but because heaven was working behind the scenes to align your path. Every delay you suffered, every detour that brought you to tears, every betrayal that shattered your faith, it was not in vain. Heaven used it all to lead you here. To the revelation. To the exposure. To the divine approval that is now being written across your name in glowing letters only angels can read. Do you feel that pressure in your chest? That's not fear. That's the awakening of your soul recognizing divine truth. For the time has come. In the last 45 seconds, before heaven seals this decision again, you must know what has been authorized in your favor. A heavenly treasury is being released. Not just of material wealth, but of spiritual clarity, of long-awaited peace, of justice that will roll like thunder in your life. The enemy thought you would never get to this moment. The enemy placed people in your path to distract you, to humiliate you, to lie about you, but God never removed His eyes from you. There are things happening right now in the unseen realm. Angels are gathering around your name. They are speaking declarations. They are moving into positions to ensure your protection. God has given them new orders. Orders that were sealed until today. The divine counsel has ruled in your favor. The courtroom of heaven, yes, there is one, has come to its conclusion. And the judgment is this: you are no longer to be hidden. No longer to be delayed. No longer to be chained by the opinions of those who never knew your worth. Archangel Michael was silent for a long time. But today, he cried tears of joy because you finally found the message he begged to be delivered to you. You finally reached the hour of divine truth. Beloved, this message is alive. It's not just words on a screen. It's the vibration of God's will striking your soul like lightning. A shift is happening. Right now. In this very second. Heaven is rewriting chapters that others tried to erase. You are being restored to the version of yourself that God originally created, before heartbreak, before fear, before betrayal. The pain you carried is not just your own. It's ancestral. Generational. Some of what you've suffered came from bloodlines that refuse to be cleansed. But that ends today. Because you have said yes to God, even through your confusion, even when you felt forgotten. Heaven is rewarding that loyalty. Not just with comfort, but with authority. You are being entrusted now. You were always chosen, but now you are being entrusted. And there's a difference. Many are called, but few are trusted with revelation. You are one of the few. Do you understand what that means? It means heaven sees in you a light that cannot be dimmed. It means God Himself is saying, "This is the one I've preserved for this time. The time to rise. The time to reclaim. The blessings that were blocked are no longer blocked. The doors that were locked have now been shattered open. The people who walked away were necessary. You must hear this. They didn't leave you, they were removed. Because the higher you go, the less weight you can carry. Not everyone could travel with you into this next season. And the season is now. No more delay. No more questions. No more asking for signs. God says, "This is your sign." And Michael says, "This is your hour." When the meeting was held in heaven, the angels didn't vote. There was no debate. There was only agreement. Total, glorious agreement. "It is time," they all said. "The one we have waited for is now ready." You've been held back by lies, spoken by others and even whispered by your own fears. But no more. The lie is broken. The curse is cancelled. The spell of confusion has been lifted. What you feel right now is the divine fire returning to your soul. You're remembering who you are, not what life turned you into, but who you were before the world hurt you. God says, that child, the one with wonder in their eyes and power in their voice, is still alive. And they're waking up. Right now. The things you thought were gone forever are returning. Lost opportunities. Lost relationships. Lost parts of yourself. It's all coming back. God is not just restoring you, He is resurrecting you. And the power that raised Christ from the dead is now being activated in your destiny. Feel that surge? That's not just emotion. That's spiritual DNA awakening. That's purpose shaking off the dust. That's the angelic realm rejoicing. Michael has placed a sword of truth in your path. You don't have to fight like you used to. Your battles now are won by alignment. By walking in what is already yours. And it is yours. Every promise. Every prophecy. Every ounce of favor that was stolen, heaven has demanded its return. But you must stay close. Don't drift. Don't let doubt whisper again. When you walk away from divine alignment, the enemy rejoices. But when you lean in, when you read a message like this and say, "Yes, God, I receive it," then angels are dispatched. Then chains are broken. Then things move in your life that should have taken years, but now happen in hours. God is accelerating things for you. What others worked decades for, you will receive by grace. Not because you earned it, but because you endured. You stayed. You survived what should have destroyed you. That's why this message was released. And God says, this message is not for everyone. It was hidden for you. If you're reading this now, it's because the veil was lifted. Your name was spoken in the holy chamber of light. They wrote it on a scroll. They placed it in the hands of Archangel Michael. And he wept when it was finally time to bring it to you. You are safe now. Truly safe. That danger that threatened you, heaven intercepted it. That attack coming through someone close, heaven blocked it. That financial storm, God sent provision ahead of time. It's already in motion. You'll see signs in the next 48 hours. Unexpected favor. A name being mentioned. A door that was closed suddenly opens. Don't ignore it. That's your confirmation. Pray now. Speak aloud. Call Michael by name. Tell him you receive his joy. Tell God you receive the blessing. Don't delay. Something is still shifting while you read this. Time is sacred. And heaven's door that opened for you won't remain open forever. You must act in faith. That means trusting. That means worshiping before you see the result. That means thanking God in advance. Because, beloved, it's already done. Heaven already said yes. And Archangel Michael is still weeping. But now, so are you. Because your spirit knows, this is real. This is divine. This is your moment. Receive it. Claim it. And never doubt again. God is with you. You are safe. You are chosen. You are unstoppable. And heaven is watching, in awe. God says, this moment is no accident. It was divinely ordained from the beginning of time. You are not reading these words by chance. Archangel Michael is watching you with his mighty wings stretched wide, his eyes overflowing, not with sorrow this time, but with overwhelming tears of joy. Because finally, you have arrived. You have found what heaven has been waiting to reveal to you. This message is not for the world, not for anyone around you. It is for you, beloved child of the Most High. A sacred meeting was held in heaven recently. The angels, the saints, and the Lord Himself sat in holy council to make one of the most crucial decisions ever concerning your life. They agreed on one thing: you must know the truth now. Heaven has authorized it. Time is sensitive. The gates of revelation are open only briefly. What you see now may be hidden again if you do not act quickly with the fullness of your heart. Archangel Michael cried in joy because he saw your spirit finally open, finally ready to receive the truth without fear, without delay. He saw the burden you've carried, the silent tears you never let anyone see, the endless nights you lay awake asking God, when will things change? The heavens heard. The answers you seek are already arriving. Even now as you read this, something unseen is being moved in your favor. You were never forgotten. God never abandoned you. In fact, He kept you hidden for a time, protecting your destiny from enemies who tried to sabotage your path. Your silence was sacred. Your loneliness wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Now the curtain is lifting. The divine clock is ticking. Within the next few moments, you will feel it, a warmth in your chest, a knowing in your spirit, because the angels are near, closer than ever. They are gathering around you even now, singing praises because the appointed time has come. Heaven's decision has been made in your favor. There was a war in the spiritual realm over your destiny. Forces of darkness fought to delay your breakthrough, to confuse you, to make you think you were cursed or forgotten. But Michael fought for you. Gabriel whispered your name into the ears of divine decision-makers. And God, oh yes, the Almighty Father, He stood and declared, enough. Let my child receive now. Let no one stand in the way of what I am about to release. This isn't ordinary. You are not just anyone. You are a carrier of sacred destiny. And now the plans are being revealed piece by piece. God says, within 24 hours, you will notice something shift in your atmosphere. It may come as a message, a dream, a sudden call, or a strange calmness followed by divine clarity. Whatever form it takes, know this: heaven is speaking to you in a language your soul already understands. It has begun. But you must stay open. Do not doubt what you feel. Do not ignore the signs now. This is not a game. The Spirit says, I have been whispering to you for days. But today, I shout, so you will not miss this moment. You may have noticed people pulling away from you recently. Don't grieve that. That was God. He removed those not strong enough to walk with you into this next season. He silenced voices that were clouding your judgment. He shut doors that were not built to open into your purpose. That rejection? It was protection. That heartbreak? It was realignment. That delay? It was divine timing. God says you were not being punished, you were being positioned. Now you must choose. Will you trust Him with everything? Will you trust Him even if things don't make sense yet? Because the reward is unlike anything you've seen. This is not a small blessing. This is a divine rearrangement. You will not have to beg, chase, or plead for it. It is chasing you. It is written in heaven that it belongs to you. All that is required of you now is surrender. God says, "Tell my child that the money, the love, the healing, the answers, the stability, they are already dispatched. The delay is over. The only thing holding back the rain of blessings is hesitation. But if they open now, open fully, the release will be unstoppable. You may feel unworthy. But God never chose the perfect. He chose the willing. You may feel weak. But God loves to show His strength in the weakness of His children. Don't let fear talk you out of this blessing. Don't let logic rob you of the miraculous. This isn't logical. It's supernatural. Archangel Michael has fought too hard for this to go unnoticed. This was not easy. There was resistance in the heavenlies, but the breakthrough has come. God says, there is someone who doubted you, someone who spoke ill of you behind closed doors, who made secret plans to ruin your peace. But what they didn't know is that heaven was watching. God has already reversed their words and used their evil as fertilizer for your growth. You are going to rise higher than even you expected. Your enemies will have front row seats to witness it, not to gloat, but to know that when God elevates, no one can interfere. A hidden inheritance is being revealed. A contract is being drafted in your name. Someone is being awakened by God to favor you, support you, uplift you. And you won't even need to ask for it. They'll just know. Their heart will be pulled toward you in a way that defies logic. It's spiritual. It's orchestrated. Heaven made sure of it. Beloved, breathe deeply. Can you feel it? That's the divine shift. That's the confirmation. You are entering what the angels call the fulfillment window. It is a rare moment where heaven touches earth in your favor. And you must seize it. With faith. With praise. With full obedience. Let go of everything that weighs you down now. Unforgiveness, doubt, comparison, it has no room here. You're stepping into something sacred, and it requires a clean heart and willing hands. God says, "Tell my beloved that I have waited for this moment too. I am not just their creator, I am their Father. And I love them more than they will ever understand. I did not send this message to make them scared. I sent it to show them how deeply they are loved, and how fiercely I am fighting for their joy." This is the season of unexplainable joy. Divine compensation. Restoration of everything you thought was lost. And it begins now. No more cycles. No more confusion. No more tears of despair. Only tears of release, joy, and gratitude. just like the tears Archangel Michael is shedding now. Because finally, you've seen the truth. Finally, you believe again. Finally, you opened your spirit enough to feel the presence that has been beside you all along. Heaven's final decision is clear: you are chosen. You are protected. You are destined. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what's about to happen. The 45 seconds may pass, but your window remains if your heart says yes. Say yes to God now. Whisper it. Cry it. Speak it aloud. Just say yes. And then watch what He will do. Heaven rejoices because you found this message. This isn't just text, it's prophecy. It's activation. And it is the beginning of the greatest season of your life. Trust Him. You are safe. You are ready. Let it begin.